I am, and I'm sure you know this. I haven't even rebooted my computer since I had the issue. So
Yeah,
that's
you got to check out
probably.
StreamYard. It's a lot easier, I think, than this, and it'll
I
broadcast
will.
to YouTube and
Yeah,
Facebook. It's a lot easier than Facebook Live.
I haven't had time to set it up. I was looking at Be Live. I've heard of StreamYard, but you know how it is, man. It's 10 o'clock at night, and you're not even done working. You're like, yeah, I'm not setting anything new up.
Yep, I know what you
I
mean.
mean, all right, I got the live up on my phone, so we got 7 people in here. So, um, I had a crazy long day at the doctor. So refresh me. In my head, you're Caleb Roth, wood and stain expert. What's your company again?
All right, so I'll give you a quick 30-second background. So my name's Caleb Roth, the company Stain and Seal Experts. I grew up in the fence business, putting in fences, running a fence company, and started staining wood on the side to make extra money, like a lot of you guys do. And started growing that business and went full time doing it about 2015. Started the business in 2012, and it just blew up on me. Just I've got a loud mouth. I put it all over Facebook, and it just grew. And I knew all the fence guys, so it worked. And
And you're
long
good
story,
at it, right?
yeah, I guess so. Not very good at anything, just persistent as hell. But but I used a lot of stain and had some problems with some stains, and decided, if I can buy bad stain, I'll just make my own bad stain and save a little bit of money. So I started making stain, and finally got it figured out. And here we are today. We sell stain all over the U.S. and Canada, and we stain fences and decks. So that's what we do. Our main goal for me is just to try to help as many people as we can. Stain business totally turned my life upside down for the better, and I've just figured maybe it'll do the same for some other people.
Awesome. So you when did you go full time with this? You said
So I started it at the very beginning of 2012, and went full time. I want to say I was pretty much full time 2013, 2014, but still working 2 jobs, and just decided finally to quit the day job around 2015 and went full time, and then it just started blowing up. It just went crazy. And that was about the time I changed my name. I had a different company name. So when I started in business, I was Central Tennessee Fence Staining. Long name, amazing results, right? And and then in 2015, I changed my branding to Stain and Seal Experts, and got my trucks wrapped, and people quit asking me for discounts. It was great, and off to the races.
that's awesome, man. And so you guys, are you still staining yourself?
No, no, I'm pretty much stuck in an office most of the time, um, and that's okay. I have followed a lot of advice from a lot of different people, Zig Ziglar and a bunch of other business guys. And basically, I don't know how it happened, because it just all of a sudden happened, but I built my business to run without me. And so I don't want to say it runs without me, but it does.
That's the
I'm,
that's right there. That's the dream,
yeah.
right? Turning the
So
flywheel.
yeah, so I don't make sales. I mean, I do, but I'm not the salespeople. I've got sales staff. I've got schedulers. We've got crews. We've got operations manager. We manufacture stain in house right below my feet here,
Oh, that's
and we've
awesome.
got guys that do that. And I check, like I get samples. Like here's a batch of stain they made today. It's pecan. I get those. I do reports. I bring in data entry. So if you grow your business, all this is fun. Work orders here that come in today with the checks in them. That's kind of my day to day, and
Yeah.
it's flexible, but it's sometimes is late hours and sometimes getting caught up, but it's flexible, and the things that people teach you how to grow your business and make it more turnkey, they actually work. You're not going to notice it all of a sudden. Just one day you're going to go do something, and you're going to go, wait a minute, things are still rolling, and I'm not there. That's pretty cool. So yeah, we're still just trying to perfect that. I've got a Mike Pence fly on me.
Yeah, that thing is not gonna go
Yeah, he's
away.
not
He's
letting
like
up.
he's he's like, okay, I want in this too.
It's my
I know I'm
hair.
gonna
It's my
fail.
hair cream, I guess. It's it.
He's about it. I'm gonna make sure I'm not missing anything. Zach Hall is on here. We got Josh Delgado, Brody Duhan, Feaster Allen. What's up, Feaster? I always see you live on Pressure Washing Community. Glad you're here. Adam Fisher, Daniel Sykes, Judd West, big Judd up in here, Josh Glass, Lester Spriggs. So, Caleb's going to talk about, wood staining and, things like that. But if you guys have any questions, as always, please feel free to ask, because this is your opportunity to pick Caleb's brain during this live interview. And we always usually get a lot of good questions. Man, I swear I did that tax interview last night, and I felt like that turned into how do we have shell corporations shuffle money from the Caymans from one guy? I was like, I'm getting uncomfortable here. It's like you have gone way off the pressure washing path, and we're on to something else.
Can I get a copy of that, please, if you don't mind?
Yeah, and the same guy is asking me to sit down for a business dinner. I'm like real nervous now. It's like we're signing NDAs and stuff. I'm like, now I get it. Like, he's probably gonna check me for a wire. So.
Yeah.
But what's your most popular stain?
Pecan. That sample I showed you. We make a ton of it. It's probably 20% of what we sell is pecan. It's a great color. It's there it is. It's a nice brown. It looks good on anything. Semi-transparent stain. We put in a lot of it, and a lot of people use it. It's a really cool color.
Do you guys your company clean the wood first?
Yeah. So we make wood restoration chemicals, and basically I ran a stain business. That's our main thing. It's a small fraction of our business today, but that was the main thing. We made stain to support our contracting business. We made wood cleaners to support our contracting business. So all the stuff that we make is because it's what we use. And so as I learned to just kind of scale my business, we started doing things that are easy to scale. So I have simple names, like here is wood cleaner. Great name, right? It's wood cleaner. That's and it's yellow. I got different color chemicals to do different things, and they're powder form, and all the mix-in rates and things are standardized. So quarter cup is a light clean, half cups medium clean, and a whole cup per gallon is a heavy duty clean job. So all of those things, we basically just figure it out on the contracting end, and then we just give it away to everybody else in knowledge, and then we make the products and sell them, obviously, so guys can have access to them.
That's awesome. We got a question from Ryan McGowan. He says, Caleb, I finally used SSE for a big fence job. How the heck did you get the Vox out? Like, I could barely smell it.
Yeah, so I'm not a chemist, and that's the answer.
Magic?
So when I started making stain, I had a farm, and I had a Quonset hut. It looked like an airplane hangar behind my house. And I had like 150 sheep because I was a weekend farmer. And I would go back there, and I would buy all these raw chemicals and get samples and just tons of study. And if you really want to learn how to do something, you figure it out. So that's what I did. And just the main thing for me using other stains that I had used in the past was I stunk. And I had my main truck, and that was what I stained in. That's what I took my wife out to dinner in on Saturday night. So my truck smelled like a paint factory, and I hated that. And so I just said, you know what, I'm just going to make a stain that doesn't stink, because that's what I wanted. And so we just did it, and there we go. This fly is part of this interview. I think he's got a question, man.
This like, after another 50 minutes of this, that is going to be like Caleb's tearing his office apart.
Yeah, you'll see a gun come out, and we'll shoot the fly.
Yeah, if you could take the wings off the fly, all right. We're friends for life. So Ronald Smith asks, what is the best cleaner? Well,
so here's the deal, man. So we do. Let me back up before we take questions, and because I can do this interview a couple different ways. So we've got this program called Staining University, and basically it's all our free training. We do it. It's a Facebook group, kind of like this Facebook group, and it's free. We got like 3,000 guys in it. It's not a big group, but it's the biggest stain group in the world. So that's a big group then. Yeah, so it's the biggest one for what we do. But so we do all this training for free. We do podcasts, webinars, stuff like we're doing with you. But we've got a ton of content, and so it just happens that this Thursday night I'm doing a webinar on wood restoration, talking about all the chemicals, all the things like that. And so I can go deep into that. I can do a presentation. I can do a screen share. I'm actually working on the notes for that webinar later, but I can go through it. But long story short, there's no one answer for what's the best cleaning chemical. I think the answer is there is what is best for this job. So
I agree. Yeah, that's why I made that face when he asked. He's like, there's not like a one-stop shop. It's just like pressure washing. Like SH is great for organics, but you need different strengths for different things.
Yeah, so probably the deeper question is what he's asking is, why should I not use bleach? And the answer to that is you can use bleach. A lot of guys use bleach. I'm not going to call it vandalism. You can take some really high-end stuff and vandalize it with bleach, but bleach is one of the tools in our toolbox we got. We got other tools too. We got like eco-friendly tools like sodium percarbonate. We call that eco cleaner, like sodium metasilicate. A lot of you guys have probably heard that name and don't know what the heck it is. That's what this yellow stuff is. It's just for decks and stuff. It's like a middle of the road cleaner. It works really well.
Somebody asked about that wood cleaner. Is it safe around plants and so on?
It's safer than like bleach or like or a stripper or something. But if you got a lot of plants, then our eco cleaner is a better choice. It's sodium percarbonate, which is, people say it's OxyClean. It's not. It's an ingredient in OxyClean, but it's just oxygenated bleach. So it turns to water when it's done. It's not going to burn plants and stuff like that. So that's a good choice for that. Bleach is still a good choice. If you got 5,000 feet of privacy fence and they've got a low budget and they just want to clean it, just do a really light, kill some organics before they come in and stain it with a semi-solid, bleach it, because this costs a lot more money, not the chemical, but just the process, the process of cleaning than brightening costs more money. It's more man hours.
That's what I tell people. I'm like, hey, you want quick and dirty? I'll give you quick and dirty. You want it like, you want it done the right way, it's going to cost because it's going to take more time. So I'm 100% on board with that. Like I said, I love talking to you guys because like I'll tell people, I'm like, I don't know hardly anything about wood. I've cleaned enough wood now to know that I don't personally like cleaning it.
Cleaning wood it's pretty easy once you figure it out. A lot of guys want you to think it's like some space age science that nobody knows about. It's not, man. It's the most basic thing there is. It's actually more basic than house washing and stuff because we're cleaning wood. You guys are cleaning rock and stone and organic paint, siding. You guys got a lot of stuff to deal with that wood you don't. Once you get that experience with wood, you kind of know what it's going to do.
It's just a steady hand.
Yeah.
You need to have a steady hand. And in my opinion, it takes a lot of focus and a steady hand. And I don't like it because I feel like after an hour straight, I'm over it.
Yeah, so bleach is really tough. It reacts with the first level. If we got 4 levels of stuff we got to clean off, bleach is going to work here and then it's done. It's done its thing. You still got 3 layers to get through. That's where you guys start using a lot of pressure. If you use the right kind of chemical, something like this wood cleaner, it's just going to go all the way down through here. It's going to lift these stains up, and then you're going to go clean it with soft wash tips, soap nozzles, stuff like that. So that's kind of the big advantage to using the chemicals because they speed you up because time's money. And if we can multiply that time, we're making more money. So that's the idea of it. And another great thing is bleach leaves stuff white. It leaves it bleached out even if you brighten it. If you go with like this stuff right here, it's going to make it look like new wood. So it's going to bring the tannins out of the wood.
And it protects the pH, right?
Yeah. So when you step 1, you put the wood cleaner, let it dwell for a few minutes, rinse it off. Then you're going to add your wood brightener. It's going to pop. The color is going to look beautiful. It's going to look like it's brand new. And the pH it's going to neutralize the cleaner and the pH will be adjusted to where it needs to be. And some people say it opens the wood grain up to accept more stain. That's debatable. But it does a real nice job. And if you don't neutralize, some of you guys are washing decks and you're not neutralizing, and then 6 months later you get these white spots where the bleach is coming up through the wood, and that stuff never stops working until you neutralize it. So it's good to know that.
Here's a ballpark question: how much should I charge for fence staining? Man, look.
Yeah, so
everybody's different.
I know the answer to that. I've got a 100% solid answer. So
go for it.
It's a 50% margin. Just go with a 50% margin, and a lot of guys don't know what that is. So I grew up in the fence business working, and I was preached a 30% margin, and we never could really grow past $1 million. And now guys are preaching 50% margin. and this gives you room to grow your business, pay overhead, and hopefully have a profit when you're finished. So so how to figure that is cost times 2. So what does it cost you to produce a job? So what it costs me, so we got a commercial building, we got a bunch of employees. My cost is different than the one-man show's cost, and his cost is different than a guy who's got 2 trucks and he's still in the field as an owner operator. So if it's labor and material, I mean, that is it. That is your cost of goods sold. Labor and material, multiply it times 2. That gives you a 50% margin. And if you're working for yourself, if it's just you in the truck, then part of your cost of goods sold is what it would cost to pay somebody to do what you're doing. So if you're worth $25 an hour, you better figure $25 an hour plus whatever stain you're buying. It's 100 feet of stain. It's 100 feet of fence. You need 10 gallons of stain. And if it takes you 1 man hour to do it, which is not uncommon, then you'd be $125 cost. $250 is pretty cheap. I would set minimums. But if we're talking 600-700 feet, now you're talking 60 gallons of stain, our price goes up. So figure it like that and go from there. So,
dude, that's a great answer. I love how you broke it down. I can see why there's wood groups out there, but guys should go. It's called Staining University.
Yeah, just Facebook Staining University. It's a group. And that, Keith, I sent you that kind of an outline of that Staining 101 curriculum kind of a thing.
Yeah, that was awesome.
What are we doing with your book? You want to put that in the book? I'd love it to, if you want it in there, put it all in there.
No, I appreciate it. And like I said, and my goal is to, as we get closer to wintertime, put that all together, because I'm waiting on, I got guys like Craig Harrison sending me stuff and some other guys, and I'm waiting on them, because I said, hey, look, I really need everything by October. But, unfortunately, this is month 8.5 for me in the business.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm most of the time out in the field. Like today I wasn't, which is a rarity, but things happen. But I'm trying to transition so as I get a little more bandwidth.
You're keeping your eye on things, yep.
Yeah, I just don't have a choice. I watched everything for the first 7 months, and now we've got personnel, and we're building rig 2, and I transition. But yeah, man, you're the first guy to send me anything. I was blown away because obviously you've been doing this for a long time, and it shows. And before you sent me that, the only really research I'd done on who you were was hearing about you from the Watchmart event, which you got. You didn't make it, but your flight got canceled. I remember something, you weren't able to make it. So that's the first time I heard about you. And then when I went and looked at your website, I was like, oh, wow, man, this is awesome. And actually, like I said, we don't do a ton of stuff, but I got to order some stuff from you because, I'm just a curious dude. I always love to try products. Especially not going to go be like, go use this if I haven't done it,
Right.
So I really appreciate that guide that you sent me. This is I was laughing about it to my friends. I said, I got this 93-page book that was just my notes. That's all it was. It was just my learning how to pressure wash notes that somebody was like, I need help. Can you send me your notes? And I was like, what makes you think I got notes? They're like, you have notes. I was like, okay, fair. You got me. And then it turned into this thing. So what you sent me was 49 pages, right?
Yeah, probably so.
And you have my book. The wood portion of my book is follow this link. That's I didn't want to do any wood. So when you sent me that chapter, I was like, I'm gonna have to add stuff to it, because what I'm gonna have to add is your name in 26 point font at the top, and Caleb Roth is the man. He provided this entire chapter.
Well,
here's your website
if we've
link
got to
67
October,
times.
I'll probably have 20 more, and we're revamping that, so I'll have more to add to it.
Oh, yeah.
If we got time.
Yeah. I'll circle you. My goal is to publish a rev in December, so there's plenty of time.
Nice.
But it's been really crazy. That book is really taken off. I didn't expect it to. And when we have good conversation, I look at the questions. I'm like, oh man, there's a million. Should I separate staining from pressure washing business or keep them together? Well, that's up to you.
So the only reason I would separate is if you wanted to stain for every other power wash company in the market. So if you want to take, if you want to stain for every power wash guy, then you need to start up, if you're Lone Star Power Wash, just start up Lone Star Stain and Seal, and then stain for, get another sales guy or whatever, wear two hats. Otherwise, keep it under the same roof. You can bill it separately. If you want to bill them for washing on wash day and then 3 days later bill them when the stain job's done, you can do that.
Can you use sodium percarbonate on docks?
Yeah, I think so. Unless
that's the EPA thing.
Yeah, unless you've got some kind of local regulation that's going to go against it. But yeah, sodium percarbonate is not a bad choice. A lot of guys are scared of this, so they're using just water or things like that. Some guys go out there with pure bleach and pour on it. They don't care. So
fired up.
Yeah, it is what it is. But I think if you're taking precautions and doing things properly and showing obvious signs of professionalism, you're generally okay. I guess there's some hard-nosed inspectors every once in a while that people run across, and just got to be mindful of those.
This is specifically for your company. Chris Wilson is asking, is there a way to get a color chart to show customers, or do we need to use the website?
Yeah, so we got website, we've got brochures, and then we got these things called fan decks, which are basically like a paint, where you got the paint with 10 different pages of paint, same thing, but they're made out of wood. We've got a bunch of those too.
So guys can buy those?
Yeah, you can get them. We usually send them free. They're for sale on our website, but we give hundreds of them away. We give more away than we can make, so.
Well, there you go, Chris. And when we get done with this live, I will put his website on the live, and I usually try and put all these interviews on YouTube if you're cool with it, and then I put your company certainly on there. Yeah, so because I find that they just disappear in Facebook too quick, and the guys are missing them.
Yeah,
and then if I'm linking them on YouTube, then it's like, okay, they're easily, like when they go see one, they can access all of them. And then I put all your info and the YouTube stuff. And what's the coverage per bag of the wood cleaner? I assume it's about size of the bag, right?
Yeah, so this is 8 ounces. So this would be like 1 gallon at full strength, or 2 gallons at half strength, or 4 gallons at medium. These are handy for guys who just want to that are running 1 gallon pump sprayers. They just rip it and go, and they're done. They don't have to worry about measuring.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's handy.
It's very handy. It costs a few pennies more, but it's handy. You can get it in a bucket or whatever. We sell it different ways, but so like 1 gallon of wood cleaner at so that'd be 128 ounces would do 16 gallons at full strength. Would do 4 times that much at a low strength. And same with the eco cleaner, the wood stripper, any of them.
So another guy, he's immediately, how do we get our hands on that 101 staining guide?
It's actually, so it's on YouTube. There you go. You can go to, if you want to see our webinars, go to webinar.staininguniversity.com, and there's always a webinar posted up that you can just sign up for it. Like we got one Thursday night, and if you can't make it, sign up for it anyways, and we'll email you a copy.
Awesome. There you go. So go sign up for the webinar, and you can get a copy of it. Next, it looks like Chris Wilson posted the Fence and Deck Stains product Spandeck. So he shared the link in the chat for anybody asking.
Cool.
I always like that when guys on the chat, or like we're doing a live, and they'll go find the links and share them. It's like, well, I'm not going to click off the screen and go do it.
Yeah, we made it really real simple. So just like I like simple names like wood cleaner, we got our Real Good Stain as our website. So realgoodstain.com will take you right to our website.
Is this it? He linked restorativewoodproducts.com.
Yeah, that's the website, but Real Good Stains kind of an advertising campaign we're doing just to kind of get the word out, and we just got it linked right to it. That's a lot easier to remember.
I like it. I like these stainless steel experts. Real Good Stain. Like those are smart marketing. So you said you came from fencing. Did you family business? You grew up in it, or how?
Yeah. So my mom and dad had a fence business, and when I turned 18, they put me on the road selling. And when I sold my first job, my dad retired, and it's like, here you go. And luckily, I sold the first job I went on, and I thought, well, that was easy. And some old lady, and she was going to buy anyways. but I didn't know any better. But anyways, that was kind of it. My dad kind of went into semi-retirement and did his thing and checked in with me every couple days, and that was it. Just kind of thrown to the wolves in the fence business. But I grew up in it since I was a little kid, so I understood it. I knew what the fence was supposed to look like, and that was it, man.
I'm sure that helped with this. Like your background was like extensive.
Well, it was extensive in fence building or fence,
Right.
the running that business. So we dealt with contractors. We used a lot of subcontractors and had some employees, and I basically would go sell the job. I would pick up the phone, go sell the job, and run it all the way through the course, project manage it, collect the money on it, troubleshoot, And so, yeah, that helped. Probably what helped more than anything was every day I was in the truck all day, every day. And so I listened to Zig Ziglar all day long. Listened to books. We didn't have podcasts back then. I just listened to his audio, Simon and Schuster stuff.
Don't date yourself too much now, man. Back when I grew up with no internet.
Yeah, I remember when internet came out. Yeah, and so So and then at 1 o'clock every day, Dave Ramsey come on. So I listened to Dave, and he taught me how to save some money. I didn't listen to him very good most of the time, but that was it.
I love it. There's a guy, he goes, I've got a cart filled up. I'm going to give this a shot, but before I do, is there a discount code available? I'm like, smart man.
Depends on what he's getting. If he's getting stain, I've got one. If he's getting wood cleaners, we got those kind of bare boned out. Actually, wood cleaners. So if we're going to do a pitch, I'll do it at realgoodstain.com. If you're a contractor, you can use promo code contractor, and it will give you a dealer discount, which is 25% off of retail. And that's good for stains. For our wood cleaners, we kind of got those priced where they need to be. If you buy $125 or more of cleaners, you get them for free. You get free shipping on them. Stains always ship for free, and we ship the same day. We make it in house. We store it here. We ship it out same day. But you may have a dealer near you too, so there's a dealer list on there too.
There you go.
And we're looking for dealers. Dealer list. Yeah, so if you want to be on the dealer list, hit us up, and we'll take care of it.
You got a dealer in Houston?
Yeah, we got Lauren's Lumber. We got 2 or 3 Martin's Lumbers. We got Fence Keepers, just fence contractor. They're a dealer. Need to be in a power wash store down there.
So let's see. We'll call him out right now. Marco Raimondo probably needs to reach out to you.
Yeah, so I've talked with Marco. He just didn't have any space.
Yeah. Is he in his new warehouse now since then? I think he is.
He may be. He may have the room now.
I know that there's Bullseye Cleaning Supply is purely chemicals, and they do skid building and rig building, and
really
those guys are hustlers. They're down in South Houston, Alvin, Texas. So I'm actually headed down there tomorrow. Talk about service. I have a trailer that we kind of popped up. Everything is in short supply right now, obviously. So we're gonna build our second rig on a truck. Truck's delayed. And I said, we got all this gear sitting here. Let's just put it on a trailer, and we'll either transfer it or we'll go through rigs or whatever.
Yeah.
And call those guys, and I said, hey, do you guys do, you build skids? Do you do just welding? He said, yeah, man. What do you need? And I said, well, I'm under the gun. This is my time frame. And he said, you have the trailer here at 8 a.m. and I'll have it done same day. I'm like, I'll be there. So
nice.
It's Andy Jones and John Blake on the last Justin. Andy Jones, Justin run it. I'll send you the link to Bullseye.
Send me the link. We got a guy based right out of College Station. He's one of our sales reps, so he'll go see him.
Yeah, they're good dudes, and they will do their best to move stuff.
We'll move it. I mean, our stuff moves. It moves fast. So if we can just get it somewhere, it makes it a lot more convenient for folks to come get it. If you need it, you need it.
Yeah. That's why I was asking. I'm like, okay, now I got to go Google where's the nearest Lawrence Lumber, where's the nearest Martin's.
Yeah, so Lawrence Lumber's north, and then Martin's. There's I think 2 or 3 Martin's Lumbers there in Houston, and they keep a lot of fence stain and stuff. But we really need power wash guys. You're our number one customer is power wash guys, so it just makes sense to be in the power wash stores. Yep.
What do we have here? We have PSI in the northwest. There's Doug Rucker in the north. He's right by me, actually. Doug is 9 minutes from my house. Then south, there's Marco and Washmart, and then south, he's like southeast-ish. Then further south is Bullseye Cleaning Supply. And then there's a Lone Star. Gosh, I got it in my notes. It's like a Lone Star Power Washing or something like that. But so there's 3 pretty well-known stores: the Doug Arthur store, the Wash Mart, PSI. I don't hear a lot about Lone Star, but apparently they're pretty big. But they just don't advertise because they're just always busy.
Yeah.
One of those things. Like I was like, "Who?" when somebody told me about it, and they were like, "Oh, blah blah blah." They have
Yeah,
all
been
this
doing
stuff.
it for 30 years, and they're packed
Yeah.
every day. Yeah.
Yeah, they just don't have any. They've like we're overloaded. That's when people call me. And they're like, "Would you like to sign up for a marketing campaign?" I'm like, "No." Like I'm already
Yeah.
losing business because I can't handle it.
That's why guys need to realize word of mouth is the most powerful form of advertising, in my opinion.
Absolutely. And then, my personal opinion about that is like guys are like, "Well, I'm throwing all this money at the wall." It's like, have you built your brand? Because if you throw money at the wall, but then there's like no substance there, aka like you have 0 Google reviews, you have no Facebook reviews, like nothing to like kind of like prop it up, where it's just like it makes people are in 2021. I think all of us have this like knowledge of like, is this even real? Like, are they legit? Like, is it a scam? Because we all get scammers texting.
Well, yeah.
How
many websites say power washing, and Jensen Brothers Power Washing? You click on it, and it's Home Advisor, but nobody knows it's Home Advisor. So there's a lot of that crap going on.
Absolutely. This interview for the Ohio training course is going well. So Adam Fisher is like always on this. Can we get training in Ohio? No, you can't, because no one wants to come to Ohio.
I'll come to Ohio for sure. So we're going to be in Richmond August 19th and 20th doing a free staining university in Richmond. And
nice.
A fence install school, a staining class, wood restoration class, all for free. It'll be free food, beautiful women. It'll be great. You should come.
Xavier, close to Baytown would be probably Marco. He's in Kemah. I mean, you got to know where he is by now. And you just said beautiful women, and you're talking about Richmond, Virginia?
Yeah. We're importing them. We're bringing them in from out of state.
I was like, I lived in Virginia for 10 years. I'm not going to say there's not beautiful women there. There are. I'm just hard-pressed to visit that state, man.
Yeah.
After 10 years, I'm breaking suction to get out of there. And I did 20 years in the Navy as well. I was on the East Coast for 10 years. Had a good time. Oh, Adam, first guess. That's rude. No one likes us Ohio folks. You know what they say about you Texans? Yes, I know what they say. Everybody wants to move here. Trust me. We're trying to send everybody to Oklahoma. Now, I have a ton of friends from Ohio, Joe. I've been to Columbus. I've been to Cleveland. I've been to Cincinnati. Been to Sandusky. What's your big amusement park up there? I can't think of it. I've been all over the place. Why don't I open a store? Man, if Ronald, if I had 15 of me, I'm not even sure I'd have enough time to open a store.
Yeah, it's tough.
Like you said, that's why I got excited when you started the conversation, when you were like, I've now got my business to run itself. That's crucial. And I think part of that is like, you have good processes and good people.
It's people. It's 100% people. Processes are very minimal, because I've got a friend who's a mentor. He's got a $40 million company that's a service business, and it's all in one location. And so I went and spent time with them, and my whole life I've read all these books on processes and systems. I did the Howard Partridge thing. He's based in Houston, all the processes and systems and processes. And you read the book, you get to the end of the book and you say, where the heck's all the processes at? Where are they at? I bought the book. And so people were asking me, software, what CRM are you using? I'm so excited. I go to this guy's place, and they got like 2 or 3 spreadsheets, and then they got stacks of papers, just the old school way. Here's the papers. And it's very basic. And what I realized was simple is better. And whatever the system is, make the system and stick to it. Treat it like religion. And that's pretty much it. And then the people part, anybody can do that. Then you got to get good people. And when you got good people, you're going to pay them more than you think you can pay them, but it's going to pay off. And that's it.
That's where I see often the conversation online is, I can't keep employees. I can't get employees. That's fair. Okay. I can see that being hard, but I also see people that what they're offering, and, you're not offering enough to get a quality employee.
Yeah, it every time I hire somebody, it costs me more. I'm offering them more money than I think I can afford. But I'm like a really high D personality, and I'm just like, I'll go for it. So
Yeah,
and some
we share
personalities,
salary.
yeah, some people can't do that. Some people are afraid of that. But you just realize that you're never going to feel like you can afford them. You just got to do it.
Yeah, when we hired so there's 4 of us that started this company as owners, so we're all willing to work for nothing because we're stupid. Luckily, luckily we're retired. But we started with a full-time employee with no income, and I was like, we're doing it, and we all agreed. And then we got our second full-time employee, and like I said, we're going 2 crews, and I'm right there with you. It was just like I was like, look, if we want to expand, we have to have 2 crews, and this is what we have to do. Because we're losing. We lost like $10,000 because we just couldn't handle the work. And they, people don't plan well, so they call you and they're like, well, I can't wait 2 weeks. And it's like, means your house gonna burn down.
Yeah.
So, and there's a lot of good rule of thumbs out there, but I'm really excited to talk to you more about that, like directly. Are you going to be at the Huge convention?
I'm not. At least I don't think. I think it's going on actually the same time, like 2 days before the one we're doing in Richmond. So I'm not going to make it. We may send somebody, but so far it's kind of.
What was your Richmond dates? It was August when?
19th and 20th. It's a Friday and Saturday, and I think the Huge convention's like Monday, Tuesday,
18th,
Wednesday.
19th and 20th is Thursday and Friday of August, same days.
Yeah.
Saturday is the 21st because we're staying past because we have friends in Atlanta. That's a bummer. Well, what's your next conference after that, or anything event?
We're going to do one in Dallas, somewhere in Texas, probably Dallas. And
Let's go to Houston. Let's go to Houston.
We're open to that. We're definitely open to that.
You know how many guys are down here? Like I can tell you, I already know like 75 companies.
Yeah.
Like I run a leads group down here, and there's guys that don't need leads, but just in the leads group alone, I got 42 companies, which is awesome.
Yeah, we might do one in Dallas and Houston. That might make sense. But yeah, I want to do something in Houston for sure. And then we're doing Springfield, Missouri, middle of nowhere.
Hey,
we're doing Texas and Springfield. I'm not sure. They're going to be in October and August, September and October. Not sure what the dates are going to be. We might flip-flop them. We might do Texas in September. We might do Springfield in September. We might do them in October. Awesome. So I'm going to do those. And we're going to try to eventually probably work up to one a month. But what we need is people we got to have venues. It's got to be free. We do our training for free. So what we're looking for is the big one we do here in Nashville. We do it at this huge fairgrounds where they brought in all these historical buildings that are made of wood, and they're old, and it's a charity thing. There's World War II veterans buildings, Vietnam veterans buildings, and we do it. We basically clean their wood, we stain it, we do all the decks. We got log cabins, whatever, anything in the wood business, we got it. So we clean it, we restore it, we sand it, whatever it needs done, we stain and seal it, and that's basically the payment for our class. We generally will build a new fence, also part of our fence school, and supposed to be doing like a bunch of Power Wash Institute stuff too.
What month are you looking to do Texas?
Either September or October.
And you need a venue.
Yep, need a venue that's got some wood we can stain. It could be a wedding venue. It could be anything. I love the charity ones though. So if we could find a veterans place, if we could find a women's shelter, you know what I'm saying? Something that.
Hey, say less. I'm on it. I wrote it down. First off, that's just like your charity event. I'm in 100%. I don't care.
Yeah, and we need room because generally the last one had 200 people.
Yep, and you're in Houston. You're like Washmart. There was over 300 people there, and they didn't expect that.
Yeah,
and because in Texas, like yes, things are far away, but if you do something in Houston, Dallas is 3 hours away. Austin is 3 hours away. San Antonio is 3 hours away. Mm-hmm. So you've got major draw. And it's like, like you do it up north, there's like multiple hotels like right by me. They're decent hotels, and they're like $50 a night. So you're not like, It's not, you're not asking somebody to go spend $1,000 to go down to, you know, some training.
For sure.
They're spending like $100 in gas, and it's like,
Yeah.
okay,
And they're
you know,
hanging
gas
out with
isn't
the
too
coolest people and having a great time. It's awesome.
with the imported beautiful women. Although in Texas they're here, so you just invite them out.
Yeah.
Like,
They will.
I'll even bring a couple.
They will come.
If you host it, they will come.
Yep,
So
that's right.
I'm very interested in that. Let me see if I miss any questions. There's a couple guys. How about you, Sin? Caleb, I was on one of the webinars you did like a month ago. I know you mentioned you would send via email the slideshow that people registered for it. Where can I find it? Do you sell it somewhere, or can I purchase it? It has a lot of info. Check your spam folder for sure.
Yeah, I'll check my. It should have gone out automatically, and the webinar went out too. So I have to check. I have to check into that. I'm not the guru that does that. I used to be, but I've got somebody smarter than me that does it now. So we'll find out. I think he's talking about probably that PowerPoint presentation. Want a copy of the presentation that was in the video?
Probably. And that's on YouTube, right?
Yeah, it's on YouTube.
So I'll, if you want to send me,
yeah, just tell him to email me.
That.
It's info@stainandsealexperts.com. Just email me directly, and I'll make sure you get a copy of it.
There you go, Manuel. Just hit him up, and then again, like I said, when we're done, I'll add your website to this post, and then I'll put all the info on YouTube. I'm getting better because I know if I don't do it right away, I'll just get slammed and I can't take care of it. It slips through the cracks, and you're just like, what was I supposed to do 6 days ago? So what's next for you guys? What's so you talked about really ramping up and doing one event a month, which is a big deal. That's a lot of manpower. And
yeah. So that's why we need the help, getting people to host it. And as we build a dealer, like in Richmond, it'll be at Chesterfield Fence and more. So in Houston, we could do it at like Lauren's Lumber. He's got a great lumber yard there. It's Houston Deck and Shade. It's a huge fence or deck, the biggest deck builder in Houston. They stain fences too. They were using, or stain decks. They were using our products. They started a lumber store and brought in our stains and carry them. So, and that's Lorens, Lauren's Lumber. Great folks. They're American patriots. So, so we might be able to do it there. You never know. But might be able to do it at one of the power wash places. You just never know. But if we can get somebody to help host the thing, we'll show up. We'll bring what we need, and we'll do a great job. And it's free. So everybody that comes, we ask them to buy stuff from the vendors because they're supporting it. They're doing it.
Is it the Lawrence Lumber in Cleveland, Texas?
It may be. Is that just northeast of Houston? Yeah.
Yeah, it's still doable, man. That's it's probably, I'll tell you right now, just because I'm curious how far it is from that airport. 35 minutes from the airport.
It's not terrible. That's like most events.
Nah.
The question is there good food nearby and things like that, and figure that out. But we could still do it in Houston, and Lawrence could support it. Martin's could support it. The Wash Mart guys could support it, whatever. Yeah,
look, I'm very interested in finding a venue for charity and stuff like that, especially being a veteran myself. And, like you said, women's shelter, anything with wood that has the space, that's pretty easy. Let me just take on one more thing when I don't have time for anything. But that's a good cause.
That's the story of my life,
Right? When you said type D, high D, you just go for it.
Yep.
And you're just like, later you're like, why am I like this?
I've got, so I'm kind of like the guy that my whole team, we're all in an airplane and we're all about to jump, we're all parachuting, and then I jump out and I realize I don't have a parachute on. But don't worry, Mandy's got one. She's got two, actually, so she'll give me hers, and I'll be all right.
So coming down.
Yeah, she's coming down. So that's kind of my personality. I aim after I shoot.
It's Texas. Of course, there's good food. Oh, and then Manuel did find it in his spam folder, so that's good news. Well, I'm excited to order some of your products myself and try them. Like I said, I was contracting all of my wood out. And then apparently I'm good at selling it, and I couldn't do, my contractors are, the first guy, he's got overwhelmed, and I booked him out, and he's happy. And then I started finding more guys that would do wood, and they were just like, they can't take any more. And then I was like, okay, I guess I'm doing it. And now, like I said, I've done it enough where it's not my favorite, but I'm comfortable doing it. And I always like to try new stuff.
Well, the cool thing about that Staining University group is there's probably 100 contractors in Houston that do staining right now. So you find a
Oh,
subcontractor.
I don't stain. Yeah. I need to find them, but
Yeah.
yeah. Like, that's a great group. So pop in there, be like, who wants to stain? And they get 100 comments.
Yeah.
I love it. But yeah, like I'm interested in trying your wood cleaner and getting into more of that. And I appreciate you taking the time to come on here and talk to everybody. And like I said, we're gonna post his website and his YouTube channel on here. It'll also be linked on the YouTube video, the interview. And I've been sharing these interviews on Pressure Washing Friends just because, it's not just for the bros, but we do usually do giveaways, and I forgot to even ask you about that. So if you have anything you want to give away, we can do that.
Ask the guys in the audience, what do they want?
What do you guys want if he gives away something? You want some stain? You want some wood cleaner? I've definitely got where are we at? 13 people. Surely everybody in here. What are we talking about in here? Jeremy Brook. Of course it's Jeremy. I've got an ebook I can give away. I got a paperback book I can give away. Does anybody watching want to try some stain from Stain and Seal Experts? All right, we got somebody asking for wood cleaner.
What if I just sent everybody everybody on here a handful of stuff?
Well, there we go. I got
13 people, 12, 13 people.
Yeah, I got 13 people right now. That's funny too because they just left. It was like, up to about 30 minutes, we had like 20 something people, and then everybody dropped off as we start to meander. But everybody, how do you want them to contact?
Yeah, so I think everybody's got a 1 gallon pump up sprayer. So I'll just send everybody a 1 gallon wood cleaner and a 1 gallon wood brightener. That way they can do a pretty good sized deck with it, give it a shot. Pretty good, decent fence. And that'll give them about 200 to 300 square foot. They could clean for free, and
let them see
we'll ship it out to you. See what you think. And now the thing is, how do I get everybody's information?
Right. Do you want them to email you, or do you want them to message you, or they can message me? I can use either or.
Could get buried in email. Why don't they? Can we drop my messenger link on here and we have them message me? I don't know.
Probably. I mean, I could just find.
I'm going to simplify. Okay, I'm going to show you guys how to delegate a task, because this is something I would delegate. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to email orders@stainandsealexperts.com. That's going to go to our orders department. That's a lady named Christy runs that. She will get the email. So I want you to just put in the email that you were a part of the webinar, and you get the free wood strip, or the free wood cleaner and the free wood brightener. And put your name, your address, phone number, everything, name, address, company name, phone number, so we can email you your tracking and everything right out. So
orders at stainandsealexperts.com.
Yeah, it'll ship tomorrow if you get it in our inbox by tomorrow, midday. But I'd go ahead and do it now.
Can you just put stainandseal.com? Is there no experts on that?
Yeah, so it's stainandsealexperts.com.
Yeah, you got to add the experts in there, Justin. Getting that bad info. Darren, then we'll buy more. I mean, that's the goal, man. First one's free. Second one's
we'll give it a shot. See what you think. It'll change your wood game,
Hey, like you said, speed matters. Speed kills, and speed matters.
Yeah, and even more so important when you're leaving it and not staining it, because if you're staining it, you can get away with the bleached out look because you're going to cover it with stain. But if you're just cleaning it and leaving it, and the difference between bleach versus some of these wood cleaners and brighteners is night and day between how it looks after. And if you want me to share screen, I can show you guys just a quick demo of. You want me to do that real quick?
Yeah, please.
I'll show you what wood cleaner does. So let's see. It's going to make me do all kind of craziness, but we'll give it a shot here. All right. Been 3 passwords on everything on Macs nowadays. All right. Later. Undo. All right. So hopefully that did it. Entire screen. Share. All right. So you guys will see what my desktop looks like. All right. So here's a pretty standard deck. You guys ever seen anything like that before?
Oh yeah.
Look nasty. So we got green algae stains. We got, we got obvious organic. We got just old wood. We got dirt on the bottom here. We got stuff running down the side, black mold and algae. Crazy, right? So the process for this deck is 1 cup per gallon wood cleaner. And very rarely will we add anything to that. But on this deck with all the green, I would probably boost it with maybe 1 cup per gallon, or add a cup in there of bleach, because the bleach will just bleach out some of that greenness. But on this particular one, we just used wood cleaner, 1 cup per gallon. Here it was finished, and this was Pine State Power Washing. This is a guy named David Berry in North Carolina did this.
It looks good. It looks new. Yeah,
it looks fantastic. And so there you go. Where's all the green at? This wasn't even sanded. This was just cleaned.
That's amazing. You could crushed it.
See, there's just a little bit of fuzziness. You had to remove that top layer of wood on this deck. So there's going to be a little bit of fuzziness there. You could soft wash newer wood without the fuzziness, but that's kind of the results we're looking for. You can charge money for that. And then here we go. That pecan stain we talked about was our most popular color. There it is right there. So,
ooh, that looks good.
Yeah, I'm sure he did well on that project. And that's it. That's an oil-based stain. You can't get that with water-based stuff. You just can't get that look, and it just looks sharp. So that's what we'll send you. We'll send you wood cleaner, wood brightener, enough to do a deck about this size, and see what you think about it.
I appreciate it, man. What last question? Do you have a mixing ratio cheat sheet to share?
Yeah, it's going to be right on the front of the wood cleaner I send you.
There you go.
Yeah, so like I said, I like to keep it real simple. There's all kind of ways you can move around this, but I like to think cups per gallon. I'm not downstreaming. I'm just going straight with a soft wash system or just a pump up sprayer. If you're not doing very much wood, just get you a couple 1 gallon pump up sprayers, because they're pretty fast. But 1/4 cup per gallon is a light clean, or light strip if you're running strippers. A 1/2 cup per gallon is a medium clean or medium strip. Heath, they need you to kill that fly, man. And,
dude, he's like, don't end the interview. I got to be on TV.
Yeah, he's wanting me to give away more stuff. So, and a 1 cup per gallon or 8 ounces per gallon is a heavy clean or a heavy strip. It's pretty simple. 1/4, 1/2, or whole cup per gallon, and go with that. That's a great mixing rate. It works for any of the cleaners, any of the strippers. Does a great job, and it makes it simple, and it just makes it simple. It makes it fast. So
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I want to say something real quick. Is like, guys, obviously for those watching, if you see this later, don't email Clean and Stain Steel Experts tomorrow or 5 days from now asking for your free product.
So it's going to be the first.
Go out.
There was like 13, so I'm going to tell Christy
people.
the first 13 to send it over.
There you go.
I noticed there's 18 now, so 19. The crowd's growing.
We hit 20 again. Does anybody want a free book before we start the next one? Delegate the kill of the fly. That's good. Delegate the killing of the fly. Somebody already got there. You heard I brushed my teeth with this cleaner. I hear I have a nice smile from the ladies, Jeremy. You know that. You were there with me in Florida, where we imported the beautiful ladies. Free book? Curtis, do you need a book? I figured there's a lot of guys on here that have a book. I don't know. Everybody's crazy. Justin, don't you have a book? Well, Curtis gets the paperback if he wants it.
I got another thing for him, Heath. I'm gonna give them for free. If they've got an iPhone, we've got the iPhone app that will actually calculate how much stain you need. You can measure. Oof. It'll quote your jobs. It'll do everything. It's just called the Stain and Seal Experts app. I don't know why I didn't tell you guys that.
Yeah, so I can link apps on the App Store to the post.
Yeah.
I'll link that to the video.
It's a really cool app. You can of course you can find articles and you can access the YouTube group through there. But the main thing is you can pull up a map, punch in an address, and use your finger to figure out square footage or linear footage. So it'll work good for wash guys too. and then you can put
Zach,
for all.
you love the app. Why weren't you backing him up, telling him about the app?
Yeah, so for anything that you're trying to quote, you can put all your price per square foot or for your each item, and it will give you an exact price for the job. It will give you how much stain you need to use, and it's really intuitive. So if depending on how old the fence is, depending on the style, how much hose you're using, if you're spraying it, if you're brushing it, it'll figure all that for you, spit out your price, and then you can send it right to your customer, and you can actually order your stain on the app too.
Chad Johnson's asking, what's the ETA on the Android app?
Oh, tell Chad, man, we're taking donations.
Hey,
I got an Android phone though here. I got it. So check this thing out. It's got a sticky note on it, but I got an Android, so we are working on it.
So the Feaster Allen, the Facebook group for this is Staining University.
Yep.
And then there we go. I think that's it. Dude, Caleb, it's good to finally talk to you. I know we spoke on the phone before. I really appreciate it. I'm bummed. I know about, all these events that have overlaps. I was looking forward to maybe getting to meet you at the Huge, but hey, look, I want to interact with you face to face, so I'm gonna find you a venue.
Let's do it, man. That's fun. And if we can't do it like in September, October, let's just do one in December. If I got to do one in Dallas and Houston, I'll do it. I'm actually open November, December, so you guys got weather all the way into December. That'll be fine. So
yeah, we were really warm last year. I washed the day after Christmas. It was crazy. Zach Smith, the Facebook group is crazy good. Well, yeah, I'm gonna go join it after this and sign up. Everybody sign up for the webinar on Thursday night. Like, there's never too much knowledge. Like, you can't have too much knowledge. Like, you should educate yourself. And if you do this, you should educate yourself, even if you don't do it, but you contract it out. You still want to know about stuff.
Yeah, man, for sure.
And help you sell it to contract it out to get your 10% or whatever. Like, that's money. Oh, we got Kyle Davis up here. What's up, Kyle? But we're gonna end this now.
Awesome,
I'm gonna see if Bobby Kurtz is here. Sorry, Bobby's like the hardest man alive to get an interview with. Apparently, he's always doing brick stuff. But it was really good to meet you online. I look forward to shaking hands in person. And everybody go to his website, and it's Real Good Stains, right?
Yep, Real Good Stain or Real Good Stains with an S. It doesn't matter. We'll get you there. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it.
All right, brother. Have a good one.
All right, man. Thanks.